Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today I'm going to show you how to kill weeds and weedy grasses without killing your lawn. I've sprayed this area a while ago, but I'll be spraying it again today. What I want to do is kill the foxtail. That's foxtail right there. There's also crabgrass in here and there. And I don't want to kill the bluegrass. This is bluegrass right here. I've already done it on this huge chunk of lawn that took the entire day because I just spot sprayed. So every little spot there was either crabgrass or foxtail or barnyard grass or wood sorrel, something that I wanted to kill. Now I'm going to turn my attention to this area. I've already sprayed part of the top area here. You could see it right there. That's all foxtail right there. If you let the foxtail go and go to seed, you'll have problems with foxtail for years. All of this seed right here, this is all bluegrass. I want this to go to seed, but I don't want any of this foxtail to go to seed. Or this is curly dock right here. I want to get rid of that as well. So what I'm going to do is mix up a couple chemicals, I'll show you that in just a second, that'll kill weedy grasses and weeds, broadleaf weeds like this, and it won't kill most lawn grasses. Here's a decent area to show you what I'm talking about. I want to leave this stuff alone right here. That's bluegrass, but I want to kill the stuff all around it. This is foxtail. I'm not sure what this is. I believe this is lamb's quarters here. But there's just tons of different kinds of weeds, and in a couple weeks these things will be 4 feet tall and shading out the grass. What I want to do is make a mixture that'll make the grass that I want to keep grow faster and kill all the rest of this stuff. Let's go see what that mixture is. Alright, quinclorac will kill the weedy grasses. 2,4-D will kill the broadleaf but leave grasses alone. And then I'm going to add some lawn food, some fertilizer, and methylated seed oil. This is a surfactant. You have to use this type of surfactant with quinclorac. I'll be adding some dye so I can see where I'm spraying. And I believe that's about it. It is a complicated mixture, so I'll show you how to mix it up. Alright, first thing to do is to fill the container about halfway full of water. Doesn't have to be exact. Alright, then we'll add the methylated seed oil first. And this stuff is 2 tablespoons per gallon. And I got 2 gallons, so we're going to be putting 4 tablespoons of this in. Alright. And again, that is a surfactant, and it helps this mix with water. This is not really water soluble. Okay. With that in there, we're going to shake this. I always do it about 20 times. Actually, it's not 20 times, it's 20 seconds. It's probably about 40 shakes. Okay, with the methylated seed oil all nice and dissolved in there, we'll add the quinclorac. And I'll show you what that looks like. Real interesting. It looks like tiny little, I guess them little peas, packing peas. This is 1 tablespoon per gallon, so we're going to add 2 of them. this mark up? There it is. And I'm keeping track of how many batches I get out of this. So far it is 8, and I think I'm probably going to get 13 or 14 batches out of it, 2-gallon batches. Alright, now I have some of this stuff on the rim, so I'll rinse that in. And we'll shake it again. Alright, now the 2,4-D kills only broadleaf stuff. It will not kill grass. And this stuff only kills grass, but only weedy grass. I need 8 tablespoons per gallon of 2,4-D, which comes to a half a cup per container like this. I'll rinse all this stuff out later. Okay. Did I say a half a cup? It's a cup. 8 ounces. If you're doing this at home, you can't just mix random stuff together. You have to know that they're compatible. And when you do tank mix stuff, you have to do it in the right order, or it might clump up on you. If you mix the wrong stuff, it could do some pretty nasty stuff. Alright, this is 1 tablespoon. This is lawn food. It's basically water-soluble nitrogen with a little bit of phosphorus and potassium. 1 tablespoon per gallon. Gonna put 2 in there. And we'll put the laser dye in there right away. I'll leave a link to all this stuff in the description. Alright, and the dye, it's just a water-soluble dye that it actually washes off real easy. It's just so you can see what you're doing while you're spraying. Rinse everything back down in there. Another shake. If you don't have a fairly good sized property, you're probably not going to want to go through all this and buy all these chemicals. There are off-the-shelf things that'll do this as well, and I'll show you that in a second. They don't do it as good though. And you can do this in a 1-gallon tank or a much bigger tank, but you still have to do things in the right order and make sure you shake it or agitate it the whole time. Alright, I'm having a hard time reading this, but the main ingredient in Weed Stop by Spectracide is 2,4-D, and what is it, 3-point-some%. Then it has quinclorac as the second ingredient, and it looks like diacamba and sulfa something, and there's almost none of that in there. So that is very similar to this. So if you just have a city lawn or something, not a big lawn, you could just use this instead. I'll have a link to this and all these other ingredients in the description below. Okay, basically I want to spray everything with this. And the only reason I'm doing this instead of spraying with glyphosate is because I want the normal grass to keep growing and hold this soil together, but I can't have a crazy weedy mess back here. All of this stuff, the foxtail will get 3-4 feet tall, maybe even 5 feet, and all this other stuff, the lamb's quarters and all this other junk, it all gets really tall, and the next thing you know, this is going to be just a huge mess back here. I'm going to finish spraying this, and then I'll take you up there where I sprayed this morning. Well, I've been spraying all day. I started at about 9 o'clock, and it's almost 5 o'clock now, so this has been a long day of spraying. Alright, I'll get back with you in just a minute. Okay, I am all done spraying. I sprayed everything on the bottom here. I went around the corner, came through here, up about halfway. I sprayed the top part earlier and went around to about the edge of the wall and then down again. What I'm going to do is come back in 3 days. I'll put that at the end of this video. It is about 5 o'clock on Sunday right now. I'll come back at about 5 o'clock on Wednesday and we'll see what this stuff did. I didn't get, like right in here, I ran out of spray. This stuff right here I didn't get, so I'll have to get in here and do a little bit of hand weeding here because I cannot let this stuff go to seed. I could spray it too, but I don't think I will. I think I'll just hand weed that. Okay, earlier today I think I sprayed 8 tankfuls of the same mixture on this lawn, starting by the apple tree there and going all the way down to the first oak tree way down on the other side. And you can kind of see it. This darker stuff, I only sprayed broadleaf weeds like that and coarse grasses like this. If this is barnyard grass or foxtail or crabgrass, it's gonna die. If it doesn't die, I'll come back later and spray that with glyphosate to kill it, like I did here and a bunch of other places. That's because this used to be just a big weed patch when we bought it, and we've turned that part into pasture and this part into a lawn, but it still has a lot of the old grasses in it, like this big coarse stuff here. Eventually we want to kill that out. I sprayed glyphosate on this earlier in spring. Yeah, you could see I seeded it and we got a ton of bluegrass coming up, so this will all fill in with bluegrass and we'll have a much nicer lawn. The problem with having this coarse pasture grass in with the bluegrass is that this stuff grows 2 or 3 times as fast as the bluegrass, so you got to keep cutting this like every 3-4 days or it's going to look like crap. And if you do let it look like crap, it's going to shade out the bluegrass because it's a much taller grass. Yeah, you can see all this little baby stuff. I got to get out here and seed one more time any little areas that don't have any grass. Almost all of these actually do, but there's stuff way on the other side that doesn't have all this little grass in it. So I'll get that reseeded and that'll be it, except for a little bit of spot spraying this summer. And I got to get out here and fertilize this as well. This right here is 100% bluegrass. This is where we filled in that deep depression when I put in this hydrant and this curb stop here. I seeded this last year and it looks beautiful now. This is the way the entire lawn's going to look within a year or 2. This is another place we filled in. The places we filled in and just seeded with bluegrass look way better than some of the other areas. This stuff right here was all really coarse grass, and like I said, I killed it back with glyphosate, and you can see all the little babies here. I really need to get in here and add a bit more seed, but you could see there's grass growing all over the place. I'd like it to be a little thicker though. Alright, we're way down at the far end. That's that nice bur oak that I planted. Look at that thing. Yeah, there's more grass here than I was thinking there was. That right there is foxtail. And I don't think, I didn't spray in here. I tried not to get any spray in the middle if at all possible, because you don't want to spray baby grass with 2,4-D. But I think where I did spray it, it should be just fine. But if not, I'll plant some more. But I'll have to get in here and do a little hand weeding. Yeah, this tree is, 9-10 feet tall now. Just look at this thing. What a beautiful tree. That fertilizer that I put in before has helped a great deal. Yeah, it is looking really healthy. There's a video on that. I'll put a link to it in the description below if you want to see it. Look at the size of that trunk already. These were planted 4 years ago. This is their 5th summer. Lots of ants going up and down the bark. Look at all of them. They're not going to do anything to the tree. I'm sure they're getting bugs from the tree. Yeah, look at them all. Whatever they're doing, keep it up. One thing you should know about foxtail, there used to be foxtail all over. As soon as I cleared this area, there was foxtail everywhere, just like there is here. Once the other grasses, the native grasses, and any nurse grass that you plant, and any of this other stuff, once other stuff starts growing, the foxtail will disappear. Foxtail generally only grows in disturbed areas. It does not tolerate shade very well. So once you have a thick lawn or a thick prairie, the foxtail will go away. You'll still get the occasional lamb's quarters or this smartweed and stuff like that, just occasionally. But once you start burning, that stuff will go away as well. Okay, I will meet you right back here in 3 days. Okay, a little bit windy out here. It is the 4th day since I sprayed this stuff. I forgot that I had a doctor's appointment yesterday, so I couldn't get out here and spray. And we had a big storm anyway, so couldn't get out here. The broadleaf stuff started dying the first day, but you could see that the foxtail is in the process of dying. Some of it is far more white than others, but it should all die at some point. There's areas up there where it was solid foxtail, and it is super bleached out. I'll go show you that. But before we go up there, just wanted to show you, this is a little tuft of bluegrass, and there's 0 damage to it. And here's foxtail right here. You can see it whitening up. This will die, this will not. Foxtail right in here. And again, the normal grass, nothing happened to it. A bunch of foxtail right here. It's getting pretty white. It's going to die. And this right here, this was a big patch of foxtail. There's bluegrass in between it. The foxtail's going to die out, and eventually this will be bluegrass just like the rest of the lawn. I was kind of careful when I sprayed this. You're not supposed to spray baby grass, but it didn't hurt the baby grass at all. This is bluegrass. This is foxtail. The foxtail is pretty much dead. I'll do a couple updates on this stuff throughout the summer to let you know how it's doing. It's doing pretty well back here. I just wanted to keep all these weeds down until the construction starts back here. We're going to be adding more of these blocks to the wall here. Well, actually, it's going to start right there, go over, and then back this way, and there's going to be steps going up there. So if you want to see either one of those, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.